All right, Basketball YouTube channel, and we're back with some Out of the Park Baseball 25. And this is something I do a lot, and I've done a video on this before in past versions, but I like to kind of do this again sometimes. And people ask me um, how do I go about doing it, how I set things up. This is for a fictional league with real teams, okay? So this is kind of cool, and you can do all kinds of ways. And I've already set it up already, but I'm going to show you what I did. First, you go to new game. Um, New custom game. I don't do the challenge. You can. I go to fictional. Okay. And so at this point here, you kind of set up your alignment. This right here is the 30 team, three divisions, each league alignment we have currently in Major League Baseball. You can go back to 1986 and go two and uh, and seven and seven and two and six and do all that, okay? Um, and we want to do it, okay? And do it that way. And then coming in, um, when you do this, then it gives you a screen here where you can go ahead and put in your team names. Now, I'll give you a little trick, and you can put also historical teams in there too. This is the way to do. This is the way to do. I'm not really into this stuff, and this is personal preference. But if you wanted to have a team of the 70, a league of the 70s, the best teams from the 70s, and you put the 78 Red Sox in the AL East, and um, you know the 78 Yankees in the AL East, and the 75 Reds in the NL West. You can do that. You can do that. One of the things I'll show you when you go ahead and do this. So, like, I'll just do one team here. I'm going to put in Boston Red Sox. Okay, so I'm using real teams. Um, I put the initials in there. Boom. When you create this now, it will go when you load this up. The Boston Red Sox will have their logo, their actual uniforms for 2024, and Fenway Park, the stadium, will all be there for you. So it's a cool way to kind of set things up and not have to do a lot of work on that idea. Okay, so that's how you set that up. So let's kind of go to mine, what I've already did, and I did a let's go out of here real quick. Let's go to load game, Major League Baseball. That's one thing I didn't show you on that too. Um, so here's my league, and I've got it set up here. Um, I've got a two league 10 team. Yeah, did I say it right? Two leagues of 10 teams. Yeah, so kind of like the first expansion there, kind of like 1962, I believe. 61, the American League added two teams. 62, the National League added two teams. So this is kind of 1962-ish setup, doing this way. And as you can see, I put all the team names in, and you see their logos popped up there and so forth. The one thing it does when you create it, it asks you if you want to start with a fantasy draft, an inaugural fantasy draft. Okay, I did not click that box, which is why I've got guys on my team right now. But I'm going to make some changes in that too. And this is personal preference, how I kind of set this stuff up. So now I go in the league settings. I haven't done any of this yet. Okay, I just basically load the league up. I don't want to take much time. So I'm going to go through here and do this in terms of all these things. Scout report, yes. Scouting actually, no, okay, I got that done. Okay, 2080, 2080. I don't like doing the overall rating. Um, Coaching system. I don't like owner goals. I talked about last game. I just don't like owner goals. All personal preference stuff here. What you want to do. Um, this is just what I do. And if you've seen me make this video before, you kind of know what my things are. And I can do this pretty easily because I've played this game for 20 something years, and not a whole lot's changed in the setup. Some things have changed. I like doing all. And if this file gets too big, if I play a bunch of seasons, I can simply change it up there too. Storylines are good. Prospect rankings. I like doing it annually, not dynamic, just because that's how they really do it. They don't really change the prospect rankings that much during the season. Um, you kind of at the beginning of the year with who the number one prospect is and so forth. So I keep that like that. Storylines. I like doing storylines, especially when I have fictional players, which when I have fictional players here. So dude, injuries they're good, suspensions good. I don't like nicknames. Just my thing. All that's good. Keep career. I like keeping them all minor league stats too. 'Cause I like looking at their career fielding stats and their postseason stats. I keep major league only, and then I keep the career batter versus pitcher stats. It's really cool and fictional with the fictional players. You can kind of see who owns who and so forth. Face gen, yes, I got that there. Free agents wear suits, I like that. Enable baseball cards, I like that. AI settings, I've got this set up pretty good here. Um, so one thing I'm going to do, the AI setting, um, ratings weight. So I had 80% last time, and someone made a comment that they do 100% because if not, you can take advantage of the AI because they're doing other things. So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna go 100% on ratings. This is how the AI sees the players. They base it off of ratings, okay? And what this does, it um, makes it tougher to for you to not to be able to fleece the game. And you can change it up the way you want to if you want to fleece the game, not fleece the game. I shouldn't say fleece, but make it easier. Make it easier for you to get can create a power. I mean, whatever it is. So I'm gonna do that. Something different. I've never done 100%. I'm gonna do it this one here. All right. So I've got the Hughes hard trading mode. That's favorite. I want to make it probably now that I'll keep it right there. Kind of even the favorite prospects. We're veterans. Make it right there. That's about good. Now they have the 100% in there too. It already makes it pretty hard as it is because you have those things there. All right. Archive that. League settings. Um, leagues and teams. On it. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do real quick. So I've got a roster of guys right now, but I'm going to clear the rosters. I'm gonna go to the free agent mode, and I'm in commissioner mode right now. So this is important too. I'm not gonna be in commissioner mode that much longer, but I'm in commissioner mode now, so I can do all this. So I'm gonna click on all players, boom, and delete these bad boys. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with these guys, but and I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second. All right, so we'll go back to that in a second. All right, so those guys are all done here. By the way, when you set things up, you can set them up how many minor league levels you want. I chose three, just traditional AAA, AA, single A. Once again, personal preference. All right, so we'll go back to the roster thing in a sec. So right now, there's no players in this game right now. That's fine. So I've got my divisions here, right here. Let's go to rules. Okay, and now we can kind of do the rules. So reliever, minimum batters faced. Do I want to have that rule of three guys? I'll keep that rule. I'll keep that rule. Expanded roster size. Let's go to 28 like they do in real life. Complex limit 50 limits. Okay, practice size. Spring training size. I don't play spring training, so it doesn't really matter. All right, got all this done here. Rule 5 draft. That's good. All right. Trading. Um, okay, we can do the free agent trading. That's good. Draft. It's July 11th. That's good. I'm gonna make this 25 rounds, and I'll show you in a second. All right. Lottery is disabled. I'm not gonna have the lottery. I kind of like doing that stuff there. Okay, I got that. This is the way I want to. Amateur draft. Got that done. Financials, based on team market size. Owner says for a budget. Yes, let's do that. And I'll show you that in a second too. What we're going to do. That looks all good. And keep that the way it is. I like that. Options. Um, you can do automatically. I'm at Evolution League. This all here is about kind of the strategy for more historical stuff, but we're kind of in our own world right now. So we're gonna go Cy Young Award. I don't like reliever awards. I just don't. I don't like the. You can kind of click these off too. I don't like the Silver Slugger stuff. Um, Gold Glove Award. I like those. You can kind of foreigners can win all that stuff there too. Hall of Fame voting. Got that there. Okay, there we go. We're not doing spring training. 162 games. Hold All-Star game. Um, we'll put the All-Star game in Atlanta this year. It's like it is in real life. All right, so we're gonna do custom playoffs here. I don't like those, so we're not having any wild cards. We're going old school. Win your league, you go to the World Series. Once again, personal preference. It's just something I like to do. Confirm that right there. Okay. Always check, make sure you don't forget something, but this is what's cool about this game is you really can play it the way you want to play it. All right, so players now. So we have no players right now. So default player origin. So this is what I like to do. Um, I like to 100% League Nation. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put 100% guys from America. No, I'm not like, anti-foreigner. I'll show you in a second. And so then, draft pool origin. We don't want any. So we'll go 96, 2, and 2. So what's going to happen right now is Puerto Rico is part of the United States, obviously, but you can still have the first Puerto Rican, the first Canadian. So we have the ideas when I do this in a second. I'm going to have all Americans in my league, but we're going to have guys come in who are not from America, and so they become like, like it's like a little league history. I'm starting over from scratch in my own little league history, and so I'm going to have the first Puerto Rican player. I'm going to find out who that is. The first Puerto Rican player to make the major league. It's the first Puerto Rican to get the All-Star game, Hall of Fame, first one to win MVP, first Canadian to do so. So it's kind of a cool thing of doing it. You see those the foreign player, international players. Um, I don't like using the word foreign. International players are going to be, you're going to know that they came into the league through the means of the draft, and I'll show you the other guys in a second, or through the means of the international draft or scouting, right? So that's kind of how I like doing it. I like it builds up my milestone guys. You're gonna have your first and everything like that. All right. International amateur free agents. I like doing as many of these. I like going few on these. Um, and so forth, doing that. Scouting scores per team. I like going few. My draft is bigger, and so I don't need this as much. Um, I don't like these guys here. Independent leagues, okay. Here we're gonna go 3. I like the limit just because it makes it more kind of like special when you see one break through and trying to keep track of everybody. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over here and I kind of limit the countries too. So I go, so I just kind of make up my what I want to do. So I want, so I put Cuba in there, but and so Cuba's gonna have a low number though because they're gonna come through. These are the young guys who escape, right? They escape Cuba to come over. Dominican Republic, of course. I like doing Venezuela. I kind of do the big, the Latin America countries. And then I go Mexico. So I just do like these four right here, and I kind of go through. And once again, you can do everybody from Morocco if you want to. So cool this is. I mean, this is just the way I like to play Mexico. So these are the international discoveries and the free agents. Okay, so you're not gonna have many guys from Cuba just because that's 2% in there. Mexico is about 2%. I'm just kind of going by the rates. Venezuela is 10%, and everybody else from Dominican Republic, kind of that's the most of the international amateurs come from Dominican Republic, obviously. And so 14, that's 86%. All right, so we're just going to go with those numbers there. Boom, they're there. And then the international established free agents, okay, three per year. And this is where you kind of get, um, I go Japan, just Cuba here. And these are the guys who are established that come over. The Otanis, the Yamamotos. We'll go 50%. Then I go Japan and Cuba. Going over here, there. Okay. So now you have a system where you have no international players on in the. You're not going to have any when I start this up in a second. Um, and then you kind of go from there and so forth. All right. Stats and AI. Start highest rested starter. I kind of like that normalize everything. So normal, used to closers. I'm gonna go sometimes, never openers. I can't stand openers. We're gonna go normal stamina, pinch hit for pitchers. Do I have the DH set? That's a good question. Do I want to have DH? Universal DH. Let's put this normal. I don't. Should I have DH or pitchers hit? Listen, I'm an old school guy, but I kind of, I don't really miss the pitcher not hitting. To be honest with you. Rarely. Normal, normal. Let's go normal. Bunting. Do I ban infield shifts? No. You want to shift, you can. Okay. Framing impact. I like to make my catcher valuable. So I like putting the framing up there high. Makes the catcher valuable. All right. So now I want to adjust this here. So we're gonna go um make this, since we have 20 teams, we're gonna go 62 is our standard. Okay. And what this does is it makes the league totals align with 62. Since I've got 20 teams, I'll pick 62. Could pick 64. Could pick 67. I don't want to get too much in the pitchers era. So 62 is not bad. You have some expansion, so you get some of that work in there. Auto calc those. So You can kind of see too just how that goes. So home runs were 3,001 home runs in the season. You see the hits, the doubles, the triples are up a lot. Home runs, base on balls, hit by pitches, strikeouts. The league average is 258, 328, 293. So that's pretty good. So we're going to lock those in. I like those in and do it that way. Let's save it right here in case the game, sometimes the game can crash on you. You just don't want that to happen. Real quick, do I have the DH rule? Where is, I can't find, do I want some DHs or not? Is that in the league rules? Here we go. Do I want a designator for both leagues? Do I want a DH? Do I want a DH? I always hated the fact that, one league had one and one didn't. Like, I like the fact that, I'm starting to come on to the DH. I used to like be anti-DH, but um, let me go ahead and do that for now. So there's a DH. All right. So now I'm gonna do a couple other things here too. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to fill my team with fictional coaches and scouts. All right. And then I'm going to come in here and get out of commissioner mode now so I can't really cheat as much. Let me see. Draft and player budgets. I'm going to let my assistant GM do that. Um, Personnel. I'll do that. Instructor roles. I like them do this stuff here. Promotions and demotions. And I set these here, pitching staff, player strategies, development lab, player development focus, active rosters, transactions, trades, drafting players, and international amateurs. All right, so that's good there. All right, save that. So now I go to this. So this is the thing now. Now you can do a couple things. I've done it both ways. Okay. I'm now going to fill teams with fictional players. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to? Yes, I do. Okay, because you want the player national names to be determined according to the team, nation, race, and settings rather than the league player creation range. Okay, so I want to go by the league player creation region settings, the ones that I did just now. Okay, so the answer is going to be no. Boom. Teams are filled. So I do the same thing for AAA. No. Boom. I go to AA. No. Boom. Single A. No. Boom. Okay. So I got players on there. And then I'm going to go to finances. So I'm gonna randomize, assign fictional contracts to personnel, assign fictional financials to teams. Okay, and now do the contract for the players. Okay, and so totally random. Okay, with the Red Sox. Now, what you can do in this case now, you can go back and do what I did before. You can clear the rosters. Okay, and before I deleted them all, but you can clear the rosters and then, or you can schedule a fantasy draft. They'll automatically be um, dumped in the free agent thing, you can have a draft. I've done that a lot. I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm gonna do a little randomization because when you do a draft that way, what happens is you get a lot of teams that are, you know, you get a lot of teams that are equal. You don't have, the dominant lines. Where in this way, you might have a team with four or five great players. How it works out that way. But the problem is, can they keep them through free agency? Can they afford them? All that stuff. And you kind of like to have dynasties. You kind of like to, for me personally, I mean, that's what it is in that thing too. So I don't know what my Red Sox team looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look at them real quick. Um, and so one of the things too, so they're all destined for assignment. Okay, so what you can do is you can have your AI set everything up the way they want to, just kind of set things up real quick for you, and you can make changes from this point on. So here is my team. So I've got my top players. I got Steve Moran, a right fielder. Brian Albrecht, 25-year-old, 26, 25-year-old, and then Mike Kruger, Freddie Kruger, my catcher. So 25, 25, that's pretty good young core. I've got a big market size. Okay, that's pretty good. But my payroll is out of hand. So my team looks like I'm not sure they're great, but we're paying a lot of money to people who don't seem to be that great. I mean, Luke Brandl's the third best reliever. Justin McKay's the 17th best. There's 20 teams, by the way, folks. 14th best catcher. So this team is a kind of an overpaid team, it looks like to me. That's not good. Let's go ahead and look at front office things. Oh, so we got 88 million for extensions, but we're 74 million over the budget right now. So we've got a lot of guys who probably are in their last year of their deal. We do. So we've got Rick Marsh, who's making a bunch of money for 3 years. What's Rick Marsh looking like? Oh, he's pretty good. Number 9, playing left field. Hello. Hello, Rick Marsh. Switch hitter. Okay, he's a stud. Top the lineup. Doesn't have that power. Okay. Great eye, gap power. He's got speed. So Rick Marsh is not a Ted Williams type. He's a Johnny Damon type. He's got the arm of Johnny Damon too. Leadership guy, captain. Okay, Rick Marsh. I like it. Um, Miguel Trevino, a pitcher. I'm not sure that top player thing was wrong, I guess, because these guys are better. So he looks pretty solid. Miguel Trevino, number 16, making a lot of money. Rodrigo Romero. I like that name. He's American. Everyone's American. No speed at all. First base. Pretty good first baseman. And he's lefty. Um, this guy's a free agent. Matt Fix. The fix is in. Leading the locker room. That's good. He probably wants some money. I'm not going to extend anybody quite yet. We're gonna play this out a little bit. So we've got these guys here right here. So I don't know. I kind of like my team. I kind of like my team. I'm not gonna lie to you. My team can have some stuff in here. So one thing too is I go to you can kind of ask your bench coach for all depth charts and lineups too, and this is something you can change though. We can kind of do this real quick. And so they've got right now Alejandro Ortega playing center field leading off. Ortega, center field. He got some speed. I like to see that. Where is Rick Marsh? Do we see Rick Marsh? Is he hurt? Let's go back to if we put him on. Hold on a second. Oh, Desmond for assignment. So he's on Desmond for assignment. So the AI put all these guys on assignment. Interesting. So I kind of weed through this real quick. So a lot of these guys are on assignment. So we're gonna make some moves here. Um, we're not doing that. So right away, Rick Marsh left field. Let's get some of my young guys down here. Tom Turner. Let's see here. Let's get some outfielders down that are young. Good Lord, I got a lot of pitchers in my roster. So real quick, how many pitchers do I have? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pitchers in my roster. Yeah, we're not doing that. So we're gonna go ahead and make some moves here. Tillman. Okay, Bicknell's going down to AAA. Spokane. Paul Tillman. Donovan Taylor. All right, so we're gonna make some moves. So I'm not gonna do this right here, but we gotta get these guys who are destined for assignment out of there. So let's go ahead and let me see if I can do that real quick. Pete Clark, he can stay on there. Matt Fix, he's gonna be over here. Frank Rizzi, he's gonna be over here. Miguel Trevino, he's gonna be over here. Joe Amal, he's got good stuff. He's going over here. Eric Dembski, he's got good stuff going over here. Juan Hidalgo, he's going over here. Steve Wingfield, what's he play? Um, he's pitcher. Ramiro's going over here for sure. Pimentel, he can stay on there. Rick Marsh is going over here. Scott Causey, 31, center fielder, going over here. Um, so we've got 11 guys or 9 guys too many, and so we're going to make and so what I can do now in my lineups is do this again. And then I can do the pitching thing same way for path and bullpen. Just suggestions. And now I can kind of see who I want to um, kind of bring down in that way. So you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in that range here. These guys are going to go on down. So Donovan Taylor, Tillman, Tyler Decker, Bill Quick, Aaron Seagars, Chris Barber. Okay. Um, they're all going down to Spokane. Bill Quick can't go down. Oh, he refused to be demoted, huh? Okay. We'll put him on waivers. Who's the other guy? Seagars. He doesn't want to go down. Let's make sure. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We can accommodate you. Boom, there. All right. So now we've got 29. Let's look at the lineups. Oh, I got Ricky Marsh in there. Yeah. And so now we gotta get rid of three guys. So who's the guys who are not Bill Simonson, no Ortega? Let's see, Turner and so forth in there too. Let me see. Um, Tom Turner in left field. He's backing up. Okay. Leach, he's been there too. So who are some guys in there? Perlman, Palacios, Brian Simons is in there. Mike Leach, Ortega. I can get rid of three guys. Jesus Castillo, he's 24. So these guys here, Ortega, probably want to keep them down. The question is, do I have who else can play center field? Moran can play center field too. Causey, Moran. 's on there too. We got Castillo, who's 24 in right field. Let's send him down and get him some time. Spokane, call him up later on. Um, 5 outfielders. I gotta put down Ortega. Let him grow a little bit down there. Down in Spokane as well. Um, Third base, we've got Leach in there can play third. Shortstop. We got Danny. She's starting. Leach can play short. So Matt Leach, I think, is kind of expendable right here. We'll send him down to Spokane. Okay. So now we should have our rosters. There we go, 26. Let's do pitching again. Ask bullpen. Ask that. Boom. There we go. Got a bunch of lefties in the pen. Um, Lineups. There we go. So there we go. There's a team right there. So and then I can adjust from there. I don't keep these lineups per se, but since I don't know these guys that well, I'll start the season with them like this and then adjust as we go along. So that's the team right there. Um, we'll come back and I'll do little updates on that too and see how they look, how they play, and we'll do updates on this fictional team. But I'm excited about Rick Marsh and Rodrigo Romero. We got one, two, three, four, five lefties in the lineup, kind of like the Red Sox in real life. A lot of lefties in the lineup right there. I got some pitching um, and player development. Do they have the prospects? Not quite yet. So development lab. I can put some guys in there too. I'll probably do that in the lab and get that done. And so that's it for now. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.